So ChatGPT is pretty simple. It has nothing in its interface. It has only a text box for you to ask a question. Now, I'm going to start asking it a question. Today, I'm going to take you an example of an Excel function, which is called XLOOKUP. XLOOKUP is very similar to VLOOKUP, and I thought all of you are managers here. You all use these functions. So I'm going to demonstrate the entire thing using XLOOKUP. First, we're going to do some questioning with the ChatGPT, then we'll create procedures on XLOOKUP. Then eventually I'll create a training course on XLOOKUP. First is I'm going to give it a role. I'm going to say, you are an expert on Excel. I'm going to give it a name. Your name is Mr. X. The reason is that the moment I next time say, hey, Mr. X, tell me this. So then it is going to assume a role of an Excel expert. Whenever I address you as Mr. X, you assume the role of an Excel expert. Okay, so I'm going to give it a job now. Okay, your job is to guide novice users on how to use some formulas in Excel. For giving the response, always summarize the question to make sure you understand it correctly. I have put my questions already in my document so that I don't bore you guys by typing. So I'm going to just say, okay, explain me the XLOOKUP function in Excel. But I'm going to tell him my audience is a 10-year-old. So now you will see the response. It's going to take some time depending upon the traffic. It has explained me XLOOKUP in a language of a 10-year-old. Pretty simple words which a 10-year-old can understand. So now I say, okay, all right, I understand the concept, but you give me some examples. I gave some examples of a banana, apple, that you want to look for certain thing, and it also gives me a sort of code or formula that how I'm going to enter that information in Excel. So it's a pretty detailed one. I mean, that how in a simple fashion it created a response for 10-year-old so that that person can understand whatever I want to do. I can ask the question. Now I'm going to be in a debate mode. So I will ask it why I cannot use VLOOKUP, why I have to use XLOOKUP. It gives me the encouragement like a person, hey, it's a great question. So now it's systematically giving me why XLOOKUP and why not VLOOKUP, or where we use VLOOKUP, where we can be using XLOOKUP. So if you guys don't know XLOOKUP, in XLOOKUP you're not limited to start from left to right. You can use any column in your data to search in any other column. So it's a very powerful function compared to VLOOKUP. So now you see that how it is kind of giving you the responses. So that was basically kind of explaining me the concept.